Hello everyone, I'm Mike Lake, and I'm the editor-in-chief of the Geek Infusion.
And I'm Matthew Burt. I am the owner-operator of the Geek Infusion.
And we're back again with another Geek Infusion Plays video featuring Hearthstone.
It's been a little while.
It has been. We're going to start with a different deck today. And this this is a deck that I've referred to it here as the Day9 Mage. As far as I know, he's kind of the person who...
The progenitor.
The inventor, if you will. I've certainly seen him play it a bunch and, do his own sort of tweaking, so this is a version of this deck that he has played in the past, at the very least.
You really enjoy Day9, eh? Yeah?
Yeah, I like watching him play. He's kind of just, engaging and,
Yeah, he is. He's a super nice guy, too. You feel like if you were to meet him, he wouldn't have, some sort of, cocky attitude because he's a streamer.
No, definitely not. Watching him, the times he gets, the most happy is when he has, a solid deck put together and he's just testing it out and, screwing up. Then he's like, well, we messed that up completely. But, he likes to learn the ins and outs and, see where it's weak and improve.
I like that he's willing to blame himself for his mistakes either. There are a few streamers that I know that I watch and that you don't care for.
Are you going to throw shade at this point?
I'm sorry?
Are you throwing shade at
I'm throwing
people?
Shade at certain people, and I'm not willing to mention them. But
because they will crush us with their might.
Yeah, well, they tend to blame their mistakes either on a bad draw,
bad RNG.
Bad RNG, or they just had all the answers. And certainly those things happen, but it's not the reason you lose every game. Sometimes you just don't play properly.
It's true. So I don't want to do a lot. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time going through the whole deck, so I'll just hit the main feature. I have the deck up on screen here, so people will be able to see it as they watch the video. I know you can't. But so basically the idea is there's a lot of early removal. There's 2 flame cannons, 2 frost bolts. There's a few secrets as well. You've got. I
love when secrets get played.
You've got a duplicate as well as 2 ice blocks, and the thing about this deck is you kind of want to get down to low life because you've got low life and a lot of cards in your hand because you've got 2 mountain giants and 2 molten giants, and those get cheaper the bigger your hand is for the mountain giant.
And the weaker you are.
Yeah, the less life you have for the molten giant.
So is it sort of like hand lock then?
Very much so. So basically you combine those cards, your giants, with you have a Sun Fury Protector to give them taunt, of course, and you also have 2 Echo of Medivh. So
those are just scary.
Yeah, so basically your ideal turn is you've got a bunch of cards in your hand and you play out a couple, and you've taken some damage, so you play out 2 free Molten Giants, and then you play out your Sun Fury Protector, maybe a Mountain Giant if you have enough mana, and also Echo of Medivh at the end, because then you get all those... Basically, Echo of Medivh, for people who don't know, it duplicates everything you have on the board and puts a copy of all those cards back in your hand. So you could play out a whole bunch of Giants for nothing, and then be able to do the same thing again next turn.
I saw somebody nail Trump the other day. Pretty sure it was Trump I was watching. They played their own Dr. Boom, and he played his Dr. Boom.
Uh-huh.
But because of the 2 boom bots and the one other thing he had on the board, the player was then able to turn around and play Mind Control Tech. And then they played Echo of Medivh.
Yeah.
And so they ended up with these 2 more Dr. Booms in their hand.
Yeah, so this deck has Dr. Boom as well, of course, because every deck has to have Dr. Boom in it now. And it also has
without him anymore.
No, and it also has Duplicate. So much like you were just talking about, if you play out Dr. Boom and then play out Duplicate, and they happen to kill Dr. Boom first, then you get 2 more Dr. Booms, which has happened for me, which is quite nice. So I think that's enough sort of intro. People can see on the screen here the other cards. I'm not going to go through them all. But we'll jump into a game, I think.
Brilliant.
I'll just go back over to here. So we're at rank 15, on the verge of 14. We're at 4 stars on 15. So basically, if we win a game, we'll get to 14.
What's your highest rank?
I don't remember. It's not too much higher than this, like maybe 13 or 12, I think, at the highest. So we'll see what goes on. You'll be able to get in shortly here. I'm just
it's taken a while,
for an opponent. Yes. All right. One of the things about another mage. One of the things about this deck that I find a little difficult is there's a lot more like calculating involved because you don't want your hand to get too full, and you also have like things like Arcane Intellect that draw cards. So you have to be like, okay, I'm going to play Arcane Intellect, which gets rid of a card, but then I get 2 more cards on top of that.
So it's a net of 1 card.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like, what does that do to the cost of my giants and all that stuff? So you kind of have to pay
I've played
attention.
this guy before.
Alright, so I have Flame Cannon, which is decent enough early. I have Mad Scientist, which I'll keep so I can get one of my secrets. And then Echo of Medivh, which is one of those cards that is essential for the combo, so even though I won't get to play it for a while, I'll hang on to it. Because sometimes you are really in the late game and you still haven't found an Echo and you're kind of screwed. So I'm just going to keep it.
Oh, you have a golden Flame Cannon.
I do. I have a couple golden cards, not too many.
That's really nice. I like the animation on that.
Yeah, the flame's pretty sweet.
I have a question. Where did you learn to say the name Medivh?
Probably watching streamers.
Okay, all right.
Okay, we have another mad scientist, so...
Double mad scientist ahoy?
I'll just play him out. Good thing about our secrets is, well, duplicate. If you get duplicate early, it can kind of mess things up because you might not be duplicating something that good. But ice block, you can pretty much get at any time, and it's just like an ace in the hole. So it doesn't come into effect until you're down to 0.
The thing is, if they figure out what it is, they can kind of hold back.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, there's definitely ways to play
because,
around it, but...
Well, it's sort of a double-edged sword, because they're going to be holding back, which means they have to make sure they play properly on that, like, second-to-last turn to get you to 1 health. Especially, relatively easy to do as a mage, because he can ping you for 1. But...
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you have Alexstrasza in this deck, too.
Yeah, we also have that. It's just to add to, like, you know, you play out a whole bunch of giants, and then you add Alex on top to get them down to 15, and all of a sudden they go from, like, 30 to 0.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and if you have
plus you can use her to heal yourself up if you have to.
Yeah, and plus if you have the ice block up at the same time, then they're just completely screwed because there's no way to kill you and you have like lethal damage the next turn. So
I really like that art they use for Alexstrasza. That's really well done.
I also have some. Yeah, it is. I also have some explosive sheeps just for some cheap AOE.
Just for giggles?
No, they're actually quite good because as a mage you can blow it up yourself. So.
Oh, that's true. That's sort of like the. I wonder if not the Amani Berserker, well, the Amani Berserker definitely, but the the 2-mana troll that he has 3 health. He takes a damage. He gets He's a 2/3 troll. It's not the Amani Berserker. Yeah, I'll Google it.
All right, so I'm gonna get a secret here.
Which one did you get? I wonder. Will it tell me if I mouse over? Ice block.
It does tell you. Okay, I'll take that. I don't really have any spectacular plays at the moment. I could play my other mad scientist, and I guess I might as well. More secrets.
More secrets, please. That is the Amani Berserker. I was thinking of the other one as well, the Gurubashi Berserker.
Ah, he's got some secrets too, apparently. Interesting.
And an Archmage. Or a Kirator Mage.
Alright.
Interesting.
Well, if that's counterspell, I'll be sad.
You're going to try to Flame Cannon?
Well, it was either that or just completely ignore it in Arcane Intellect, but I suppose Flame Cannon's pretty good in this situation.
Flame Cannon's better because then you're not wasting that card draw as well, in my opinion.
Well, the idea is to have a lot of cards for the giants, so, I want a full hand. Yeah. It is counterspell, isn't it? Yep.
That's better to have that.
Yeah, I'll take that. I can still
now
kill
you
it anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly. I was going to say you can ping it and run into it. And get another secret.
Only I may have secrets.
And it is duplicate.
Yeah, there's only those. I think there's, what did I say, 2 duplicates and 1... oh no, there's 2 ice blocks and 1 duplicate, I think. Which means...
Oh, interesting. So are we going to see a free... No? Okay. It's ways to play the sheep.
Too spectacular at this point. Well, I could just clear everything with the sheep.
Yeah, but the sheep
that is.
Oh yeah, I guess you could, and it just gets duplicated and put back in your hand, right?
2
copies of it, actually.
I don't know if it... Is it only if someone kills my minion?
No, it just says when a friendly minion dies.
Yeah,
so yeah, you get it back.
Some extra explosive sheeps are pretty good. Especially if you can play them in combination, because then it does 4 damage. Because you shoot which does 2 damage, and then it kills the other, which does 2 more.
So they can sort of become like a ghetto flame strike, almost.
Yes. Let's just do it.
I love how it's got like a little cigarette in its mouth. Like the fuse.
Oh, see, it didn't give them to me. So I guess he has to kill them.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, well.
I wonder what that secret is. Probably another... Oh, give me a break, mad scientist.
Holy
give me a break. Literally the exact... Because it was duplicate, wasn't it? He had duplicate.
Well, next turn is Dr. Boom's
Dr.
turn.
Boom.
So that's fine.
You think just Arcane Intellect here?
That's what I was looking at, yeah. I might as well.
And hopefully that's not Counterspell.
Oh, that would make me really sad.
Nope, so...
I'll play out the Acolyte too, I think.
Yeah.
It's as good as anything.
Well, it's going to encourage him to...
Yes, I do. Why did it say I didn't have enough mana?
Because you grabbed Dr. Boom there. Oh, Mirror Entity. Great. Well... The worst, it would have been worse to play Dr. Boom next turn. So now you're both going to draw a card.
It's fine. One of my giants finally showed up. And I get 2 more Acolyte of Pains.
And make that giant really cheap. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Still need a Sun Fury Protector to make this really work, though.
What? You just got a web spinner.
That's fine.
From that unstable portal. It would really suck if he ended up with, like, Gazrila or King Crush, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be hilarious, but... You could also basically take out his whole board with a sheep.
Other than that Drake, but yeah. Could definitely do some damage.
He's going to use Frostbolt? Yeah. Wow, 4 damage. It's not bad for 1 mana.
Another giant. Oh, and my hand's too full. That's too
Oh, that is painful.
Oh, well. Let's see.
Hear me out. I reckon sheep, blow it up, and then next play whatever else you want on the rest of the turn, and then next turn Sludge Belcher Giant.
Alright, let me see.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
Or I guess you could play Giant and Echo this turn.
Yeah, but I want to get a Sun Fury in my hand first.
Yeah, for the taunt, I guess, eh?
Oh, well, I guess I'll just go for this.
Another secret. Man, Mage secret deck. Lame sauce.
Another counterspell.
Counterspell, huh?
That's fine.
Still.
That's the thing I want to test it on, not my Echo.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm. And what's this one? Ice block, right? Yeah, yours is ice block. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, he got a Savannah High main. That could get polymorphed. Polymorph and Sludge Belcher? Oh.
Sun Fury.
Wow, Golden Sun Fury Protector. I've never seen that. Wow. That's actually spectacular. I like that.
Alright, so now once we get to turn 10, we can Mountain Giant, Sun Fury, and Echo, which is pretty great. So I just need to kind of hang out for a couple turns. Yeah, that's definitely not going to happen. So
Enjoy your 1/1 cheap.
And then, I don't necessarily want to play an Acolyte either, because then I risk overdrawing. Well, I only have... No, he could still do it if he put 2 hits into it. Wait, I have, what, 2, 4, 6... I have 8 cards. Yeah.
So, you could draw 3 once you play the Acolyte.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting to be in a position where it's like, okay, I don't want to draw too many cards now. That's an interesting predicament.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was saying before about you have to plan ahead a little bit. I think I just leave it, and then next turn, I don't know. I'm just going to have to... I don't really want to play anything I have.
I think you might have to play Alex Strazon yourself next turn.
We'll see how it goes.
Bet you that's Mirror Entity.
Fortunately, I don't really have anything that great to test for it with.
No. Wow.
Well, this is pretty standard. You get down quite low.
Because it can't be Counterspell, they're both gone. So it's either going to be Mirror Entity or Ice Block, I'd imagine.
I kind of just want to play both Acolytes, I think. Or no, Acolyte and Sludge Belcher.
Okay.
That gets rid of 2 cards. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I would go down to 7, so yeah, I don't think he can make me... He could potentially make me draw 3 cards off the Acolyte, which would burn something else, but...
Probably
I kind of
Molten Giant.
I kind of have everything I need in hand, so...
Alright.
I think I'm just going to go for it at this point.
See, I don't... Mirror Entity, yep, there we go. I'd have played the Acolyte first.
Well, you're smart.
Whatever. No, it's just force of habit. I've played a lot of mages, and with my Shaman, both my Shaman control deck and my Warlock Zoo deck way back when, it was not exactly something that was out of the question. And, the last thing you want is, like, your Doomguard duplicated.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's too bad. I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't have to set off that immunity so soon, because now I just die to, Fireball or Frostbolt or anything like that. Regardless.
Yeah, that is a shame.
Taunt I have.
So do you concede from here, or do you try to... Because we've seen both Frostbolts.
It's unfortunate that I probably should have played 1 less card, because now my Mountain Giants are 5 instead of 4, which is another thing that you have to consider. Well, I'm probably just going to die here, but that's okay. I'll just have to skip the Echo part and just kind of go for it. So we'll do that.
You can always play Echo next turn, depending on what survives. Because they're both going to get taunt, right?
Well, just on the off chance that we draw Flame Strike, we'll ping that down slightly. And I think that's going to have to be it. But, I mean, the chances of him having something that he just kills me with immediately are pretty high. He doesn't have a Fireball, I guess. Unless he's just being a jerk, which is always possible.
There it is.
There it is.
He was being a dick.
That's okay. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of used to it.
In a Blizzard game?
I think anyone who's played a lot of Hearthstone, or really any game online where you have to interact with other people, is used to, you know. What we'll
Well, especially in, you know, let's face it, especially when you're talking about like the same community that also frequents World of Warcraft. It's kind of a cesspool. The only community like forum based that's worse is League of Legends.
I remember you saying that in one of your posts.
Yeah, oh, it's true.
On your geekinfusion.wordpress.com.
Where I insult everyone equally.
Indeed.
Next to be called out, whichever developer, and I'll look it up, decided to nickel and dime DLC for Evolve.
Gonna keep the Mad Scientist, and we'll keep the Explosive Sheep as well. What am I playing? A Shaman? No.
It's Warlock.
Warlock.
Named Truckosaurus. Yes.
Truckosaurus Rex.
I bet you it's a reference to Archer. They call
another explosive.
Lana Truckosaurus all the time because of her giant man hands. That looks like a zoo opening.
He's going to be real sad when my explosive sheep kills all his stuff.
It's true, because
This is pretty great against zoo, I will say that much. Especially given that I have both explosive sheeps in my hand.
I don't run into zoo very often, although Trump started playing like a demon zoo the other day, and I've sort of started seeing it a little bit.
I've actually seen the deck that I'm playing now already. Well, I mean, that makes sense.
He's gonna really dark bomb it?
You know, Day9 has a few followers, so
he might.
Yeah. Well,
given that he didn't go for face, I don't think it's... Sorry, given that he didn't trade, I don't think it's zoo.
Or play anything else, yeah.
Yeah, it might just be a Warlock aggro deck. Or a Demon deck. The Demon deck is viable now as well.
I'm just going to Arcane Intellect. Another Arcane Intellect and Sludge Belch. Okay, fine. Like I said, normally you wouldn't Arcane Intellect early, but for this deck you want to get lots of cards. Not too many, as we've already learned, but, you know.
Coin. Oh, it's too bad you didn't have Counterspell. I've been sad. Yeah, it's the Demon deck. Okay. So the worst that's going to come out of that is Jiraxis.
Okay, there is Sun Fury. That's good. Spent a while waiting for that last game.
It's actually gratifying when Jiraxis comes out. I've played the Demon deck. He's a 3/15. You put a little Sun Fury on him, and he's not going nowhere.
I don't know if it's necessarily worth clearing his board here, but I'm going to anyways.
Because you can?
Yeah, you know. Just to rub it in
I wonder what's gonna come out of that Void Walker, though. Void Caller.
Only
Something
one
terrible,
of the worst
I might
things
add.
possible.
Now you're gonna get whacked for 6, I guess.
Such is life.
Yep. That's the thing with the Demon deck. Like, he could have, Power Overwhelming? Nope, Demon Fire. Okay.
That's a little bit painful.
Polymorph?
Would be nice.
It'd make me really sad. Well, make him really sad.
Now we'll just have to hope that it can last a little bit longer.
Oh dear.
There's a lot of potential for turnaround in this deck. Like, you're very often quite down.
It's like that, same with the idea with that Paladin deck that you were playing. That, I guess, Strife Crow build?
Yeah, except this doesn't really have all that much healing. It's got, like, some heal bots and things, but not nearly as much as the Paladin deck. Which was just ludicrous.
It's a mage.
They basically have to kill you twice to make that work.
Flame him. See, if I was going to say if he was smart, he'd just pass. Oh,
Thank
well,
you.
That's not terrible at all.
Oh, there's Echo. Now I just need giants. We're getting there.
Slowly but surely.
Yep.
Well, that whole board's dead to Flame Strike.
Well, it is if I attack into the dread.
I wouldn't. I'd make him attack you.
Yeah, I don't like destroying taunts if I don't have to. We'll leave it to him.
Mm-hmm. And if he just wants to keep life tapping, that's good for you too. So, because if I'm not, I'm going to say he's probably going to tap this turn. If he doesn't, he will tap next turn.
We shall see.
The trick behind Warlock is to bravely tap, in my opinion. When I was playing Zoo, you hit that button every turn. Because as long as you can keep trading, you're basically using your life to fuel the deck.
Yeah,
Demon
there was an
Heart.
episode of Trump about that. He did a whole thing about fearless life tapping.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm. All right. Attack the other one. Good job. And now they both die horribly.
Yeah, and he's used 2 really good cards, too. The Demon Heart and the Demon Fire. Those are both big cards.
I don't know how greedy I want to get with Flame Strike, if that's good enough, or if I just play another Sludge Belcher and keep waiting.
The problem is if he gets out like a Siphon Soul or something, he just instantly destroys the Sludge Belcher.
Yeah, I guess probably shouldn't push my luck.
No.
As much as I would like to.
That's already pretty greedy. You just got 4 for 1.
Yeah.
Plus an additional 3 health because the...
I just stopped him from doing lethal damage to me is what I did, because that was 16 damage.
And now the Mortal Coil? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Pretty standard. When you have something with 1 health and you see them reaching for a spell, it's not that hard to figure out what it's going to be.
No, not at all.
How many cards? 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. I think I might just Sludge Belcher and get my Ice Block going.
Okay. It's not a bad move.
I'm not going to need it for hopefully a little while longer, but, good to have it ready. It's either that or Arcane Intellect, but then I get into too many cards again. Because what did I say? 8? 2, 4,
You have 8, 6, so you'd be
so
at 9.
I'd play 2, which would take me down to 6, and then I would draw 2, which would take me back up to 8, and then next turn 9. So, yeah.
But if you play the Belcher and the Ice Block anyways, you've used your mana.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I always hate seeing a Mage Secret come out. It's like, crap. It's always Mirror Entity for me. It's always Mirror Entity, and I'm always like, it's not going to be Mirror Entity, so I'm going to play, like Deathwing. And sad face. I once did that back when I first started playing Hearthstone, and so this mage got Deathwing and then poly'd me. Oh dear.
Oh, there goes your other Doomguard plus Shadow Flame.
Plus Shadow Flame. Dang.
That hurts.
That does hurt.
Now everything just gets Flame Striked again.
Flame struck?
Maybe.
Oh dear. This is unfortunate for him, and he knows it too.
Yep, because I just ping and then Flame Strike, I think.
Yeah,
there's no other play. And when you see that happen, you
know the other Flame Strike's coming.
Yep.
And so there's both Doomguards gone, both Infernals.
Yeah, we've definitely dealt with a lot of his damage-dealing capabilities. He's just going to tap.
Tapping. So 7 mana, Voidwalker. Interesting.
And I still have my Explosive Sheeps for
He's going to pass.
Cheap AoE. Interesting. Giant.
Dang. Look at that.
I need to take a little more damage first, unfortunately.
Wait, what?
It's only cost
5/2.
It only costs 5.
That's 7, so it leaves you with 3 left. So you could Echo next turn if he doesn't kill it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like to risk that.
Mm-hmm.
It's 11. I'd rather.
So what are you gonna? So 2 explosive sheep.
No, I was going to maybe Acolyte.
That's not a bad idea. You
Or
counter
just
his 1/3
straight up Arcane Intellect. How many cards? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could Arcane Intellect here and not run into too much trouble. And then just ping his Voidwalker so I can kill it with an explosive sheep at my leisure.
Your leisure. At your earliest convenience.
Yeah. I think I'll go.
Well, you never know. Maybe you draw the Mountain Giant, right?
There's Alex. Not tremendously useful at this point since I'm at 15 and he's at 14, but nevertheless. Good to have.
Nice to see you, Alex Strauza. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. And then, what was I going to do again?
I think Acolyte and ping him is what you said.
Well then, that's what I'll do.
It's actually a pretty solid turn, I think. Because if he wants to run into that, he's giving you a card.
Mm-hmm.
This is an interesting deck, like Hand Mage. I don't think I've ever really, thought about doing that, but it makes sense. Because mages possess that ability to, drag a game right out.
Yep.
1 damage.
That's good.
And that's going to be Earthring Farseer.
But that gets me to where I can Molten, Sun Fury, and Echo in the same turn, which is going to be very bad news for him.
I'm really looking forward to this, I'm not going to lie. What's he going to play? Come on, buddy. What do you get on 5 mana? Hesitating. No. Implosion. Oh, dang, he only got 2.
That's almost bad for me, because now I'm at 10, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Alright, so yeah, basically that thing I said. So this is where you want to make sure that you do everything in the right order, or you feel like a real jerk. So, Molten Giant, and then Sun Fury, and then Echo. And back they come. Now I am probably going to burn a card next turn, right? 2, 4...
Definitely.
6, 8, yeah. But that's not a huge deal. Not when you have that board. And,
especially since
yeah.
I would not... Yeah, I was going to say I'd just pass.
Once again, make him attack the taunt. Get rid
Even
of
though
one
it's
of those
a 1/1.
imps. Yep.
If I was him... Well, I guess he doesn't have a choice. But assuming that giant wasn't there, I would attack the Voidwalker in, but I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. Indeed, sir.
For those of you playing Warlords of Draenor, which I have yet to actually launch into, I've just been kind of leveling an alt lately. Gul'dan, he's got himself a proper model in WoW now. He's not just using like a regular orc model with a scraggly beard. He looks really cool. Demon Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Power Overwhelming. Interesting. I mean, I guess whatever.
Yeah, this is the beauty of Echo of Medivh, is I can just do that again next turn, no matter what happens this turn. So.
Rip. No.
Oh, no. 10. Oh, that's because I drew off the thing, so now I'm going to rip one. But
Dark Bomb, that's a giant waste. He wants to go after... I made it fun. Because he wanted that 3 damage.
That's fine.
Huh. Blood Imp. That's annoying.
But it's all weak stuff. Oh, that sucks. I lost a giant. But nevertheless...
Do you have another Echo? Or is it just one Echo?
There is one in the deck, but I don't have it.
No, that's what I mean. It's another. There's one in the deck.
Yeah. Alright, so... Now we just... Molten... and
which is free.
Yeah. That's, again, like I was saying before, you don't mind getting down to low health. In fact, it's quite helpful. Because I can just do that for nothing.
Sun Fury Protector.
Yeah, obviously.
I guess. And then Anti-Healbot?
Well, I still have the I still have the ice block, so I'm not too
Oh,
worried
right,
about taking
right.
lethal damage. Plus his
Plus
hand's
Alex.
pretty empty. And plus Alex, yeah, there's a lot of answers at this stage. This is kind of like the ideal game, which I could still easily lose, but it's like, this is what I like about this deck. It's fun even if you're like probably going to die. You don't really mind that much because it's entertaining to play. I think we just sludge and do that. And then say, if you can get through all that, then kudos to you.
I would ping the imp.
Yes, I suppose no harm in that. All right, to you, sir. What can you do with 2 cards against this board?
If it's 2 soul siphons, you're gonna cry.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. Just gonna tap.
How many cards has he got left? 7 to your 8, so you're not exactly that far ahead of him here.
But I have a lot more cards.
You have card advantage, yeah.
Yeah. Because he's only got 11, and I've effectively got, 8 plus 7, so 15.
Half your deck, yeah. I never noticed it before until I looked at your gold antique heal bodies holding a little healing potion.
Oh, really?
That's the little heart thing that he's holding.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a
look at
healing.
that.
It's a healing potion.
Yeah, you don't really notice it. That's funny.
Wow, he's having to go all in on this. Oh, dear. So the question is, what are those 3 cards? Because he's only spent 2 mana.
Well, he dies next turn unless he... Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. And let me guess, Mortal Coil?
Gotta be. Oh, no.
Implosion.
That works, too.
Oh, dear.
All right.
Oh,
so-
dear.
What?
Oh, the Dr. Boom.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna live through next turn no matter what happens, so... I don't really think there's any benefit to playing Alex at this stage. I don't know. I could Dr. Boom, or I could Healbot and Acolyte.
I would say Dr. Boom, or, hang on, what if you sheep, blow it up, antique heal bot, so 2, 4, 9. These are the 3/3 on the board.
Yeah, but the sheep kills my taunt too. It's the only problem with that.
Well, you'd have 1 health left, but... Oh, no, it's 2 damage, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, I would say antique heal bot, Acolyte, and Mad Scientist.
I think I'd rather ping.
Or you could ping. And you could even run that taunt. I guess no, there's no point in doing that.
Yeah, make him take the 2 damage to get rid of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, this could
Interesting.
still very easily go either way. It's largely
could.
dependent on what those 2 cards are.
But I mean, you can
Or
go right
3,
back
assuming
up to,
he's about to life tap.
I would assume he's going to life
Yeah.
tap. Yeah, there he goes. He doesn't really have a choice at this point. His hand is too small, and he's running out of options. And that's the other implosion. So I'm assuming 1 more Hellfire, because we've only seen 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Coil.
Mortal Coil.
Yeah.
So that's both of those. So we're waiting on 1 more Hellfire, and 1 more Demon Fire as well.
That's probably what that is. Oh, no, Power
No,
Overwhelming.
Power Overwhelming, same idea.
I was just going to go for face, I assume. No, still
Nope.
going to trade. Interesting.
That means that's a demon in his hand. I would poly it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what does this do? Put a random demon from your hand into the battlefield.
Make him pay the mana next turn.
Well, on the other hand, there's something to be said for just playing Dr. Boob now.
I guess.
And,
Dr. Boom, and I guess you could Frostbolt and run the Acolyte in. Clear
yeah.
it.
But that does from your hand into the battlefield, so he's just going to replace it with something.
Which is probably going to be worse. It could be a
Yeah.
Doomguard, which I would want him to spend because it breaks his mana crystal. You know. could be an Overseer, which is too late in the game for that, really. You'd have to...
Let's just poly it, I guess.
Or you could do that.
What the hell? Let me get a card here. Oh, nice cheap mountain giant. That's probably actually not bad to throw out right now.
I would say go ahead.
I've burned my taunt, and this is likely going to deal with whatever he's got. So
is there only the one Sun Fury?
Yeah, that was one of the modifications I was looking at, is perhaps putting in a second one, because it's handy to have two.
You could also
just waiting for one.
I know it's 4 mana, but oh no, that wouldn't work. You need it to be the 2 mana. I was gonna say you could use Defender of Argus, but
yeah, you definitely want something for 2, because then you can just do everything.
There you go,
in one turn.
Draxus. It would have been better to kill that card, because it would have just been a 3/15, and now he's got that weapon.
Such is life.
Yeah. I mean, he's still going to die.
Freeze him next turn.
Yeah, exactly.
I can freeze him plus play Dr. Boom, and that should pretty much secure it, I think.
I would imagine, because I mean, he could play the hero ability, but whatever.
Yeah.
Wham. Huh.
I was just checking on the sheep. It doesn't do damage to heroes, unfortunately.
If you really wanted to be a jerk, you'd heal him back up to 15. Of course, he's at 6 now. He's still dead.
Yep. All right, good game.
That was well played, Mike. Oh,
you
well,
win.
What?
But your world is still doomed. I love all the Lord Jirax's stuff.
He's, even in WoW, he was in a raid called, the Argent... No. It was the Argent tournament, but... It was the Argent tournament, but I can't remember the name of the raid. But anyways, he's constantly screaming all that stuff during the battle. It's really, really annoying.
You faced Jiraxis, Eridar, Lord of the Burning Legion. Yeah, we know.